And official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Now, here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH Gear artist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, Happy New Year. We are live. I actually hit the record button thanks to these guys clowning around in the background here. I was able to compose myself and hit record. We are live. Happy New Year and welcome to the first episode of EVH Gear TV for 2018. No introductions are needed here. Returning guest Jason Becker, guitarist extraordinaire, and his very dear friend and lifelong friend, Dave Lopez. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you here. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm very good.
And Sarana, by the way.
Sarana, nice to see you.
Beautiful Sarana.
Nice to see you. I know you by name, and I've seen you in a lot of different things, but I haven't really communicated with you. But it's nice to have you here this evening as well, too.
I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for celebrating the start of a great new year for all of us, and a great new year for the family there with a new record on the way. And we're going to get a little bit of a treat of that tonight. It's nice to hear that off the air. So fantastic. I'm going to just start the episode by saying hi to a few people over in the chat, and we're going to get right into it and talk about how you guys... I swear to God, I was talking about George Lopez and Eddie Van Halen, how they need adult supervision. I think the two of you guys need some adult supervision when you get together as well, too, but we'll talk about that in a second. So we got Ping in the chat, says, can't wait to hear the new album. Billy Shelton's here saying, hello, everyone. Warren Hughes saying, what's up? Carlo Santin's here. Lyle Ketchum, Mike Ray, Lauren Lance, Chris Jones, Kevin Landorf is here, Joshua Kraft, Darren Moore, Rock and Roll says, hello, everyone. Hello, Jason Becker, huge fan of the work, and I would... what I'm saying, and I would love to have one of your signature guitars one day. You got to check out Jason's Darren's guitar playing. Jason, phenomenal. We'll send you some links. Full Shred Ahead says Jason, Dave, and Sarana. Good to see you guys. Bane Rocks is my little fellow who you just met, my son. Don Shepard, Blimpus Rock Videos, and everyone. I will try to get to the chat as often as possible. I probably won't get to everyone tonight, but just please bear with me. So let's get right into it. I want to talk about you guys. Now, Dave, you're telling me that you met around the age of 15. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was 15.
Tell us how you met and how that relationship started.
Well, I was auditioning for Jason's brother's band, Aaron's band, Dragon Skull, right? And so I came and I auditioned, and I didn't get the gig. They kicked me out of the band before I even joined the band. It didn't work out. But Jason came in the room, and I was just warming up, and he was so nice. He said, "Man, that sounds really good, man. Really, it's positive, And so I had known about Jason because in our neighborhood we used to hear the legend of Jason, someone that could play faster and better than Yngwie.
Yeah.
And he was going to Kennedy High School, so I knew of the legend of Jason. It was like a very with all the guitar nerds around here, And I heard about it, and then I heard him on Cacophony was on a show on a radio called KUSF, which is a very popular radio back in the 80s that had Metallica, all those guys, the Bay Area thrash metal scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Cacophony was on there. My buddy taped it, and I was like, this is crazy, right? And then when I met Jason, I put two and two together, and I was like, oh my God, that's the dude. The legend of Jason, And so that's how I met him. And just from there on, I was like, I got to take lessons. I got to hang out. And I've been a fanboy ever since that day. It's just positive dude. That energy is just, very inspiring, right?
How was Jason as an instructor? Because, you hear these stories sometimes with instructors. Some people that can play phenomenal, sometimes they struggle with teaching, or sometimes, just their methods and things are, different. How was it as an instructor?
Well, he's a great instructor. I'm a bad student. That was...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I never learned I never learned my lessons. Never really worked on. More of anything, his aura and his just having that energy, man. You want to play. You want to be around him, and you want to be, inspire you, So the fact that somebody from our neighborhood, 'cause we don't live in the best neighborhood in the world, It's the best neighborhood of people. We love the people here is great, But so to have someone from this area, do what he's better than everybody. Like all my heroes, weren't as good as Jason. When you got to see him, you're like, oh shit, this guy's better than everybody. And he's from our neighborhood, and he's young, and he's hip, and he's cool, and he's fun, and so it makes you think like, you could dream, man. You could keep your dream alive, because having him around inspires, to keep the dream alive. So that was the most important thing I've learned from lessons with him. I can't play like that, you know.
Of
I
course.
don't think anyone can, you know. So yeah, so that's what he made him. Just to this day, man, you know, he's just inspiring. You know, that energy's still there. It's just as it was when you were 17, I was 15. Or you were, yeah, something like that. We were before Perpetual Burn came out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
IWA was TERR, terrible TE, teacher. I was a terrible teacher.
That's why I never learned anything.
You should get your money
I
back.
need to get my money. I need a refund.
So, Dave, you're thinking it's your fault all along. Meanwhile, it's Jason's. No, Jason, I think you're probably being way too hard on yourself. But that's the thing.
Yeah, give me
Sometimes
some money. I'll show you. Look at me. Look at me. Look.
That's right.
Give me $20.
I think you're probably being way too hard on yourself.
I'm good. I'm dope.
I love it. The thing is, so like sometimes people that have the most unrealistic talent, sometimes their teaching skills are a little different. And I have a feeling, like, and you'll probably attest to this, growing up with Jason, you probably learned more about life and just enjoying life and things like that, as opposed to necessarily the guitar. Because some of the things you shared with me, that, you know, just so inspiring, and we all know that about Jason, about being an inspiring man. I would trade some guitar talent to learn more about life in a heartbeat, to be honest with you. I love guitar, but I'd much rather learn about life and appreciate the things that we often take for granted than to be able to shred a million notes too. So,
You know, I do remember one thing though, that I did get. I was taking lessons at my high school. They were trying to teach me jazz kind of stuff, and I'm so confused and so frustrated. Like, I don't even like jazz. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to learn this shit, right? And I went to Jason. What is this? He's like, what's this? You don't like any of that shit. You don't want to learn this. You want to learn what you want to learn. You got to play what you like, you know. And so it made me think, like, yeah, I don't need to learn this stuff. I need to play what I like, you know, instead of playing what other people think is good, or, you know. So I remember that, and I remember dropping out of that class. After thanks, man.
MTE, terrible. NE, need, NEF, what? INFL, terrible influence.
No. So that was one of the, I remember that clearly. That really helped me out a lot, you know, not to, you know, play what the music teacher wanted me to play. So,
that's right.
You know.
Well, you shared something with me last night when we were doing a call, and you said that a quote that Jason said to you was, you know, because you said you don't do the shredding and you don't do that style, you know, of guitar, and Jason said something along the lines of "Don't be me, be you." Is that something like that? Is that correct?
Well, that's pretty much what that whole jazz thing was about. Do what you like. Do what's good for you. You know, because we're complete, like, we're different people. You know, I don't have those big ass hands that Jason had. I can't play like that. You know, he's got some tremendous hands. You know, so. It's just, you have to, whatever God gave you, you have to go with that, you know. If you have little hands, big, whatever, just whatever you're good at, work on that, you know. So,
And you can be president.
And you could also be president.
You never know. You never know. And we'll leave that topic alone, but you never know, all right? Yeah, I got into some politics with one of my last guests, and it almost became a war. And speaking of Lopez's, I almost got into politics with George Lopez, and I'm so glad that didn't happen, because that could have went left real quick.
Yeah, he could have got deported. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. And
no, Craig was speaking Russian. That's why he got brought up.
That's right. So yeah, we have a little bit of everything tonight we can throw in the mix. Some Canadian, some KGB Russian, and
yeah, we got it all.
That's right. And you guys,
we won't talk politics. Talk love.
Well,
I lost a little bit of audio there. Hopefully, we'll have you back. We froze for
Marty. WA was MINSP, inspiration. LI, like IWA was DA, Dave's. MAR, Marty. REA, really. CA, changed. MIWH, whole. OUT, outlook. O on G, U on guitar, A and M music. Are you hearing me okay?
Yes, I can hear you really good. No, we did break up for a second, so if you can just repeat a little bit of what Jason was relating to you there.
He said that Marty was his inspiration the way Dave has been his, and Marty changed his whole outlook on guitar and music.
Wow.
Is that it? Marty Friedman, that is.
Yes, I figured that for sure.
L-O, close. E, close enough.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Okay.
Beautiful. And thank you for repeating it, too, because we lost you there just for a second. Going to quickly jump over the chat here again, too. Blumpus Rock Video saying, hello, Eric, Jason, and Dave. King, I pronounced his name wrong, King Pingu, I want to say. We also have Manuel from Greetings from Monterrey, Mexico. Kevin Landorf. Yeah, Kevin Landorf, Greg Walker, Humbucker Lovers joining in. Carlo Santin says, thank you so much, Jason, for doing this. You are an incredible inspiration to us all. I'm sure we're going to hear that a lot tonight, and I cannot agree with that more. Lauren Lance says, I love Jason's positive attitude. Thank you for inspiring with Cacophony. It really inspires me as a young guitarist. And we're going to talk about that tonight as well, too, about some of the younger generations discovering Jason's music and, doing tributes to Jason. And I'd like to get Jason's feedback on some of the male and female guitarists, especially the younger generation that are doing that. So that's going to be great to talk about. Curtis Murata's here. Wicker Kane says, just tuned in. Hi, all. Mike Francis is here. Greg Walker says, hello, hello, everyone. Jason, you're a hero. Keep the dream alive. And thoughts to you and the family. And Wicker Kane, I'll still take some lessons. Did you lose me there?
Sorry, we missed all that.
No problem. I'll go back there. That was from Lauren Lance, loves positive attitude. And did you lose me again? Oh, no, we lost you. 1 second here, guys. We're going to get them back. One moment. We've got Wi-Fi for the one connection, so it's a little weak on their end there. Bear with me, folks. Hopefully we get them back. Cameron Brown is joining in from Scotland. Says, got my JV carving guitar and a coffee ready for this one. Thank you all for the inspiration, Jason. And hopefully we'll have him back. We'll get him back for sure. We have Wi-Fi on their end, so it's not the best connection. Okay, I will let them call me back. I will continue down the chat for a quick second. Let me see here. Wicker Kane says, I tuned down a slot in the HS jazz band, high school jazz band, because I had graduated to guitar. Wish I could go back and take that slot. Greg Walker says, hearing my son, we're lost it there. Hearing my son playing a good G or A, Triad, best sound, full shred ahead. Can't wait for the new album. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to hear some tonight, guys. You're going to hear some rare David Lee Roth stuff that you've never heard before, and you're going to hear some cuts from the new album as well too. I got to hear it before we went live, so it's phenomenal. Thomas Santiago says, hey, Eric, Jason, and Dave. Zach Thong is here. Thomas Santiago, Wicker Kane. And please forgive me, folks, if I miss any names tonight. Les Bellon's here. Guitar Battles Live. Daniel Babin. And Darren says, just sitting here, I've already picked up my guitar, and I'm practicing because Jason is so epic. Mike Ray, I see a Prince cloud guitar on the wall. Does Jason have a Prince story? We'll ask about that for sure. I'm going to highlight that so I can ask him when he comes back. Let's just see if we can get him back here again. Okay. Hopefully we get him. Just bear with me, folks. I'm almost out of water here as well. And once we do get him back, we'll go right into the questions about the album. That's where we're going to start with where the record is and when we're going to hear that as well too. Jeff Monroe, how's it going? Okay. I'll have to wait for them to call me back. We should have them back for sure. I'm telling you, you're going to hear some really, really cool things in this album. It's not going to be all shred, obviously. There's all kinds of melodic stuff going on with this record, and there's guests like you would not believe. It's going to be, I just can't wait for you to hear it. Adam Roach is jumping in and says, hey, Eric, don't you hate when you lose connection? Yes, I hate it. I hate it, but it happens. It happens for sure. And they're on Wi-Fi, and I really, really like to have a LAN connection with my guests. But, it's one of those things where you get what you get, right? And we're using Dave's phone, so he's using Jason's Wi-Fi. If we could plug into a LAN connection, it'd be much better. But I don't think I'm not panicking. I think we're going to be able to get him back, so we should be good. I'll try him back one more time as well too. We'll see what happens here. That's the joy of live shows. It happens, right? Let me see here. Jeff Monroe says you had it with Luz, and Jason Hopp says, Jason, Dave, and Eric, cheers from Alberta, Canada. Jason is a hero to us all. Thank you, Jason. Okay, so I never have Facebook open during a show because there's just too many distractions, but I am going to open it up just in case they were trying to get a hold of me there. So we'll have a look at that. I do encourage you to hang on just for a little bit because we're going to get right into the good stuff here momentarily. And there's nothing coming through on Facebook. I'll just message I'll message them just to see what's happening. Let's get a hold of Dave. All right, and let's say I lost you. Whoops. Oh, and Adam Roach says my interview will be up next Wednesday. Fantastic, thank you. I was a guest on Adam's Becoming a Guitarist podcast, Becoming a Guitarist Today podcast. So in Australia, that was very, very cool. It was my first time doing a podcast in well, actually quite some time. Let's see here. I'm going to put lost you. I wonder if they lost Wi-Fi completely over there. Okay, let's try them back in the meantime. Maybe we can try Craig's phone too. We might try that. I'm going to message Craig as well. Okay, Dave is actually messaging me right now. So I'm going to say, can we try Craig's? Can we try Craig's phone? Okay, hopefully that might work. And put in Craig's Skype. Okay. Let's go back over to the chat for a quick second as well, too, while we're waiting for some communication. Let me see here. And yeah, Guitar Battles Live says, I bet the album will be a masterpiece. Jeff Monroe says, you had it with Luz. Oh, yeah, Adam Roach, yeah, the interview next week. Let me see here. Daniel Babin says, Eric, do you know what's new for EVH Gear in 2018? I do know some of the items. I really shouldn't comment here in the forum like this just because some is public knowledge, some isn't. So I should just kind of plead the fifth on that one just so I don't get in trouble for saying anything like that. I do know there's some good things to partake in for EVH Gear for 2018 for sure. So I just have to kind of not say it in a public forum. I don't want to give any spoilers. Greg Walker, Eric, great to keep the show going. Can you Guitar Battle Live? Can you try to get Marty Friedman on the show sometime in the future? Indeed, I have reached out to Marty's camp as well, so I think that could be something you might see in 2018. Especially when he sees I've had Jason here a couple times on the show as well too. And Bobby Clipper says you always give it your best effort, Eric. Wicker Kane says it's all my fault, Eric. You mentioned my name and we lost connection and just playing. Love it. So no problem. I'll keep trying to get a hold of him. And we'll see what happens. But this is one thing for sure. We definitely want to have a LAN connection when and if it's possible. LAN is always your friend. Oh, Zach is saying the Tone King is doing a live show tonight too. Very cool. I enjoy his stuff for sure. And actually talked to him many times about getting him on the show. We just couldn't work out a time. I'd love to have him come on the show and, just do some jamming and talking and just totally relaxed. Just a free-for-all. All right, so we've lost him for sure. Hopefully we can maybe get a hold of Craig. All right, so we can't get a hold of him there. All right, let me message Craig. Let's go to Craig. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. And you know what? This is like I say, this is what happens with live shows. Let me see here. Help, SOS. I'll say, can we use... Why does that keep scrolling like that? Can we use your Skype? Oh, there we go. Hang on. Hello, hello, hello.
So it is the motor.
There you go. Sorry about that. Yeah,
I was just telling jokes.
maybe.
Okay.
Excellent.
Gotcha.
Did you see this okay?
Yeah, I can see you good.
Hold on.
We got you back. Did you lose,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Did you lose Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but we're working on the Wi. We'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we're trying to reboot the router.
Oh, that'll help for sure. Good. So just ignore my SOS plea to you, Greg.
So it might be kind of choppy for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna try to reboot the router.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So what we'll do is we're gonna while you're doing that, we'll jump right over into. I just said hi to a bunch of people in the chat as well too, but let's jump right into the album questions for the evening. So the album, you've been working on this for quite some time, and you've just done some vocal sessions recently. I saw some of Jason shares on Facebook. So where are we at with the album, and what are your thoughts thus far on how it's come?
It is B by F A bar M my B E best W O R work. I am L O loving it. It I is F R U S frustrating. H O how L O long it is taking. B but P A R part of T H A that W A was T R Y trying T 2 F I N find R I the right singers T 2 B M my voice. I H A have T O 2 R E P R E M remember T H A that D A Dan A N I R D O doing S O some T something T H that H A has never been done before. S so W H E when I G E get M A mad A at M myself F O 4 T A taking so long I H A have T 2 C H I chill.
Hey man, it's worth the wait though.
It is.
Let me tell you.
And it's
I
really
have to agree with him. It's the best I've ever heard. That he's like, there's a song. Can I tell him about the song? Tell him what I think, or should I keep that on? Is that okay?
Tell him.
All right, dude. So there's a song, "Hold On to Love." It's called "Hold On to Love," or was it "Hold On"?
Hold on to love.
"Hold On to Love." So Jason's first time he's written lyrics, and this song, dude, I can't even listen. I get emotional. I start crying, and it's just pretty messed up. So it's so good that it just because you lyrically what he's singing about, like the story, Jason. But when you hear someone singing like that, hearing his voice, man, it's so heavy, man. It's such a heavy song.
Whose voice?
C. Holiday is a friend of mine that Jason was looking for a singer, and I mentioned to him, man, I have a friend who's an amazing singer. He's a grown ass man voice. He's a thing about Jason is he's really into the old Stevie Wonder, Prince, all the R&B stuff, and so he loves that so much that it's influenced his music, and so he came with this song, man, and it's a most beautiful song, man, and anybody who hears it is just floored by it. I So it's the best stuff I've. I mean, it's not just for Jason, but just it's song. It's a classic song, you know. And so when you hear the song and you hear the story, and then you know, it just I can't even tell you. You have to hear it when it comes. Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. So.
And the fact that you said Jason wrote the lyrics for this as well too.
Sure. What's that?
And the fact that you said Jason wrote the lyrics for this too. So this isn't, not only is it a musical story he's telling, there's a written story as well. So it has a lot of sentiment to it.
What's growth, man? He's just more than just a guitar player.
Yeah.
You know, he's more than that. He's always been more than that. There's guys that play guitar and guys who write songs. He's always been a songwriter, you know, and he's still growing. It's still getting better. So that's what, you know, when you hear a lot of these cats, you hear the same record. They've been doing the same records over and over again. What's the point, man? And they're never as good as their first records. You know what I mean? So it's like, because they're in a different place. They want to recreate their youth or whatever that moment was. You can't. You've got to grow. And so that's why I told him you need a grown-ass man to sing, you know, because he's a grown-ass man. So you got to have that, you got to live, you know. And so when you hear that song and our friend singing, it's like, wow, he captured that, you know. So, and he's got a choir, man, on the song. Like to me, imagine like an old gospel song, but Michael Jackson and Prince, kind of that vibe to it, you know. So it's you know, not like, I'm not saying like Michael Jackson beat it. I'm talking about when he got really epic, you know, like Earth Song and those kind of songs. He's, you know, it's just amazing, man. And I can't even, I don't like talking it too much, and I start getting too choked up, you know. So
that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
Yeah, ever since that song, I cry for everything now. I can't even watch movies. The Oprah speech made me cry. It's stuck in that. I can't even listen to it no more. It's so good, man. And I, you know, and I've been a fan since the beginning. So I hear, you know, I listen to the demos. I'm with them, and I'm like, how does this guy come up? Where does it come from? You know, it's just nonstop. You know, I looked at his iTunes. He's got, like, how many hours do you have? He's got hundreds of songs. When he was like 14 years old, like, he's got all this music, you know, and then you see what he's doing now, and you see the growth. You hear the growth.
Yeah.
You know, the guitar, one thing, a song, man, that's just incredible. It's so inspiring. So.
And I know Jason's.
And the other song, he's got a funk song, right? That's super badass. He's got Ryan played it, Ryan. He's playing bass on it. He's got Javier Torres playing drums. He's got Flipside, my singer from my band, singing. And, you know, who else is on the track? I don't want to leave anybody out.
Gospel singers, too.
The gospel singers. I wish I could name them all.
Me? Oh,
Jason
on guitar.
Yeah, sorry. Jason's playing funk guitar, dude. It's crazy. It's like he's playing the guitar. This is the track.
Machine.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Tower
The Tower Power, the horn player for Tower Power, you know, some real heavyweights, man, and he's just killing it. You know, he's got these 2 songs that he wrote lyrics to, and for the shred fans and all that, there's so much for you coming. There's songs there that are gonna make you go crazy. I don't want to give it too much, but it's just nonstop. So, of course, he's frustrated because it's taking forever, but it has to take as long as, you told me that. How long does it get to be how good on the guitar? It's going to take as long as it's going to take.
That's right.
It's done.
Yep.
This music, it's going to take a little, it's going to be done, and it's going to be amazing. And you're going to be, I'm so stoked. And it's hard for me, you know, because I hear it and I see it, and it's like, I want to share it with the world. You know, I love to play it for everybody, but I can't, because then he'll kill me. You know what I mean? If I start playing it around.
I know.
Just sing it. Sing it.
Yeah,
well,
I'll sing it.
I like the way you said it a minute ago. You said how bands, you know, and even our favorite bands like Van Halen, like my favorite band, and things like that too. Like the music evolves, but it's been done before, right? It's all been done before. But this is something that, you know, is not just about shred guitar anymore. It's about songwriting. It's from the heart, and it is one of those things where it doesn't matter the weight on this. I think people are willing to wait, as opposed to something just, you know, spit out and put it out there. You know, it's really taking its time, and it's going to show.
Something like you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Like you got to. What's another line you used to say? You got to live life to write about life. You can't just play guitar to play notes.
No.
You got to live your life, man. You got to have something to sing about.
Yeah.
He's got something to sing about, man, and it's amazing. And it's gonna be. It's just a song. It's a timeless song, man. It really is. And so, I don't want to be super fanboy,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm such a fanboy. It's crazy because I tell them if I don't like something, I'm like, I'm not really, I don't feel that, or we joke around, and we're close like that. But I called them when I heard of the first version of it or the second version, and I wouldn't shut up. I couldn't because it affected me, So
Yeah.
yeah, really excited, man. Really excited for this.
Well, it's hard not to be a fanboy too when you've been around him as a friend like your whole life. So I mean, you're hearing stuff as he comes up with a lot of cases. I'm sure he bounces ideas off of you over the years, So it's hard not. It's your best friend, but it's also a fanboy too. It's a balance.
It's bizarre because you're being close to your favorite musician. You know what I mean? That's pretty. Sometimes I go, wow, I'm part of this family. I'm like, wow, I pinch myself,
Yeah.
Because Gary and Pat and Serrana, everybody, this is incredible.
I will pay you LA later.
Lots of money. No. Don't tell them that, dude. Wow, it was a secret.
SUYEA, yeah. IAL, also HA, have TO2, G, I give PRO, props to M, my GENI, genius, PRO, producer, D, Dan Alvarez.
He's all right.
Man, H, he is L, I, like, M, I, X, mix, B, E, between, G, E, O, George, M, A, R, George Martin, and M, U, T, T, I, M, U, T, T, Mutt, L, A, N, Lang,
Mutt Lang.
W, E, we, W, E, were, R, E, C, O, R, D, recording, T, H, the, S, I, the singers, A, and he, C, A, N, came, no, C, A, N, can, H, E, A, here, W, H, I, which, O, of, E, I, 8, singers, is, L, I, little, out of tune. He can hear out of 8 people, which singing all at the same time, which one's out of tune.
Spot him right away.
He's a freak, dude. He's a passionate guy, man. That guy, it's crazy. He's definitely a musical genius. Like hears things, and he can see it. He can physically see it. When something's off. Or he's one of those guys. He's so into the music. It's so important to him that it comes out the best it can be. And it's incredible watching those dudes work, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass, because he's hands on. So it's pretty. They're a great duo, man.
Before I go to a question in the chat, and actually that was a question that's in the chat coming up about some of the artists that are on the album. That's one of the questions I was going to ask as well too. But I'm really glad you brought up Dan because I wanted to give Dan some props as well too. Dan was on the show a while back, and we had he had nothing but great things to say about Jason and how much he loves working with Jason. And that was going to be my question, and Jason's already answered that. But what it's like the other way around? What's it like to work with Dan? And I find Dan to be a very, very nice man. It seems that, just from the conversations we had was, it's a pleasure to speak to. And I've watched some of the videos, some of the guys, cutting some of the tracks for the record and things like that. And Dan I'm sure that he has moments where he wants to pull his hair out when he's recording, at late nights and whatever. But he really has a lot invested in his heart and soul into this project as well, too. So I'm sure he's really delivering something that you're proud of.
E, X, exactly. H, I, his, H, E, A, R, heart, is, H, U, huge. W, E, we, W, O, R, work. W, E, well, together. A and L E A R learn. L learn a lot from each other.
Beautiful. And that's the thing, too. If you work with a producer, I'm sure, Jason, over your career, and many of us have worked with producers that believe in your projects, and some of them don't. And you can feel that right away. Someone just, okay, go next. Okay, I got to be out of here at 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm done. There's no belief in the project. There's no belief in the band or the artist. And when you have a producer that believes, I think sometimes it's almost like working with musicians who aren't even as, maybe they don't have the world's greatest talent, but if they believe in you, or, and work together as a unit, everyone around in that project becomes better musicians, better producers, better everything. So obviously there's some synergy between everyone involved in this project, and I think it's going to show for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the actual artists. Now, you've shared with us in the past some of the artists that were going to be on the record that you were reaching out to at the time. This is a year back now. Maybe share some of the artists that we can expect to hear some guest spots from.
Hannah Montana, right? Didn't Hannah Montana?
Yeah, you said he's a Hannah Montana fan.
Uli.
Uli on Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. T-H-A, that W-A was T-H-R-I, thrilling. F for me. H-P, K-I, killed it. O on O-N, one M, one P, one piece. U, J, K, N, no, I, S, E, N, sent, H, I, him, T, H, E, the, T, U, the, S, O, the song, T, H, A, that, I, H, A, have, L, O, T, lot of, G, guitar, P, L, A, players, S, O, L, solo, soloing, on, H, P, T, O, L, told, M, me, T, H, A, that, J, U, just, I, S, isn't, H, that just isn't him, his, T, his thing, S, O, so, I, S, sent, H, him, T, H, the, C, L, A, the classical, P, piece, A, and, P, S, A, said, N, O, now, you are talking, W, A, N, wanna hear, O, N, one, L, I, little, M, E, L, melody, H, he, D, he did. Want to hear one little melody he did on that song?
I think we could stand to hear that. I think we could. Let's do it.
And the song, what's the name of the song?
Magic Woman.
And wasn't that Not Dead? Was that Not Dead yet?
Yeah.
Weren't you dancing in the part of the movie when that song was being made? I'm just saying, if I remember, this song was a very beautiful moment in the movie. Where Serrana was sitting there listening, and it's so a beautiful part of the movie, man. And this is Uli made that song even more beautiful. So
wow.
It's a very good,
R-E-M. Remember, I-T, it is, N, isn't, M-I, mixed, O, or, W-I, with, T-H, the, R-E-A-L, real, O, real orchestra, yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the orchestra on that too.
And Dan is G-O, gonna, K, kill me, F for playing it. So hear it and forget it.
No problem. And you know what?
Just don't play it for anybody.
No, and it's not going to translate 100% in high fidelity across the internet here anyways. But why don't we do this, guys? If this is okay, why don't we use this moment now you're going to play us this little melody here, and we'll keep the audio going, and we'll play those other clips that you were talking about. Whatever you want to show, we'll use this as the audio segment now. How does that sound? Is that okay?
See? Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So you can cue that up. I'm going to put over on your big camera here in a second. And so this is that first little melody. And then after you come back from that one, give us a little teaser of what their little setup with the next pieces are you're going to play for us.
Excellent. And so this one has Uli, and it's got Chris Broderick too. Can we go playing that far, or just the...
Yeah.
Chris Broderick as well is on this track.
Fantastic.
O, N, on, C, L, A, classical, G, guitar.
Okay, should we go? Right? Okay.
You guys ready?
Let's do it. Rock and roll.
Here we go.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, Sonata dance.
So how many people are crying?
Don't tell Dan.
Okay, Dan, where are you? It was an accident. We didn't mean to play it, but I want to know how many people are crying right now. That was beautiful.
What do you want to play next?
T, H, thank you. M, A, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks are all ours, and that.
What are they saying on the chat?
Lots of things. Let's do that before you play the next piece. So Lauren Lansford saying, can't wait to hear what you're working on. So we got a little teaser there. Slackboy says, good to see you, Jason. Love you, buddy. A true pioneer, Jason from Wicker Cane. And Olympus Rock videos, I got chills. I'm sure everyone's got goosebumps on their arms. Everyone's waiting to hear the music. Has this been heard on any shows or anything? Is this the first time this has been played?
You got the exclusive, man.
Just in the movie.
Wow.
In the movie.
And the movie, of course. Right. Beautiful too.
But not only in the movie though, just the
The bare bones.
when he was writing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Beginning of writing.
beginning of writing it. Yeah. So
Well,
it's amazing.
very honored. Thank you, Jason, for this exclusive for our fans here for sure. Your fans. I mean, just amazing. There's gonna be a lot of people crying listening to this record, but that's a good thing too. And happy moments, sad moments, everywhere in between. Your whole life encapsulated in this recording. We can't wait. And just hearing it through the internet, even as bad as the internet can be for audio delivery, we know what that's like. It still is good. If it can move you through the internet, it's good. But enough talk. What else you want to show us?
Well, there's a song. There's two songs, right? There's these songs that he wrote on the David Lee Roth record. You've talked about it a few times to people that you've had these songs that are really cool songs with Greg Bissonette and Matt Bissonette on the track, and it's an outtake or what do you call it, an extra track. Dave isn't singing on this track, but it's Jason playing, and let's just play it. I don't want to tell you how.
All
it's
right.
an amazing little, no one's heard it, so it's
It didn't get on the album, right?
didn't get on the album. But
J, U, just, N, E, A, neat, T, O, 2, H, here, A, R, E, G, R, E, J, E, C, T, reject, reject.
I think that
You
song
hear
is
rejects?
amazing on that record.
What
Yeah.
is it called?
T, A, taking me.
Taking me back?
Little Ain't Enough. outtake, would be called, right?
Yeah.
Outtake, yeah. Crank this one to 11. Here we go. Okay. Okay, this guitar player kid's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
He's pretty good. Jason, that's amazing. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was amazing. That's a great track. I mean, as a B-side, whatever. I mean, if that would have been on the record, phenomenal, phenomenal. I'd love to hear Dave's voice on that.
It's gonna be on the.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the new album. I didn't know that.
Right?
Are you kidding me? Is he pulling our leg? Because Jason's wanted to tell jokes. Is this a joke or is this real?
Pulling legs, man.
H-O-P, hope so. Hope so.
Wow,
Hope so.
that's great.
I love that guitar solo. Man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane. Beautiful.
J, K, N, no. B, E, F before T, H, A, that. T, A. Before that take. I, D, I, did. S, O, L, solo. A, and M, my. H, A, hands. F, fell. Osh, the guitar. A N D A Dave. W A was pissed. No. N. Oh no. Dave was P L A playing. I it F for F R I friend. A and H P S said M A N man. Y O U your G U I T guitar playing. P L player. A ain't S O ain't so good. D A Dave. W A was T O totally. B U bum. So the take before this one, his hands fell off the guitar, and Dave's friend was there, and the friend said, "Man, your guitar player ain't so good."
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
It was just one take, though, right?
Yeah.
This one.
Right.
So this is the second take when you just killed it. You're in your face.
So where did he get? We went out for a smoke or something at that point and didn't get a chance to hear the good one.
Yeah. N A Nat. D A Dave. W A was S O so C so cool. T O to M to me. U K N no. P E people. T H I think. H think he is. K I kind of. D a dick. B but. M A man. H E
I lost you there for a little bit. Hopefully we'll get you back. I'm losing you there, guys. I'm very sorry. We'll get them to recap as soon as we get audio back there for sure. We'll recap on that for sure. What I'm gathering so far is what they're saying is a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm losing you guys. I'm not sure. Can you hear me okay? I may have to call them back. What I'm summarizing is a lot of people were saying that maybe that Dave might have been a jerk at different points in his life, and but it doesn't sound like it's the case here in this example. He was definitely rooting for Jason. Can you guys hear me? If you may have to call me back, we've lost connection there. Okay, I'm getting audio now. Okay, there we go. We'll call him back in a second. We'll go back over here. One sec here. So let's go back to the chat while we're waiting for them to call back. So Randy Virtue says, sorry, I'm late watching from the hospital. More tests. Thanks for this show, Jason. Oh, here we go. We got him back. Okay, I got you back, guys. And we're just waiting for video and audio. That's okay. No problem. No problem. Take your time. It's all good. Okay, we got you back. So I'm going to just... we just got a bit, but I'll save you the trouble. I'll summarize what I heard, and then you can continue from there. So sometimes people assume David Lee Roth can be a jerk, he's demanding and this and that. And from what I gathered, that he kind of took Jason under his wing and was, stuck up for Jason. And you can kind of carry on from there.
Yeah, that's about the gist of it. He was always teaching him about health and helping with money.
Great.
Right? C-L-O. Close. No cigar.
Close enough. Close enough. This is something that Jason will maybe appreciate as well too. On the show here too, we love all eras of Van Halen, but David Lee Roth has a special place in a lot of our hearts here, at least in my heart, and I know a lot of the fans here as well too. There's Dave Camp, there's a Sammy Camp. Love them both, but Dave to me just is really special, and the fact that Jason made some beautiful music with him, and the fact that we hear these beautiful things about Dave as well too, really sticking up for Jason, and it's all of us, not just a one guy deal. It means a lot to hear that from one of our idols as well too.
C-O, cool. U-Y-E, yeah. G-R-E-A, great. G, great guy. T-O, to him, to me.
Isn't there a story that he made you watch Rocky 4? Was it Rocky 4? And he said, that's what I want to see.
Rocky 4?
Was it Rocky 4 or 3? One of those Rocky movies. He made Jason watch a Rocky movie, and he said, that's what I wanted to sound. Something like that, right? That, I mean, how cool is that?
That's very cool.
W-H-A, what? U-T-A, talking about? Willis?
Was it you? Who was
He's
that?
making something like
That wasn't you? All right. Who told me that story? I thought you told me that.
Is that an urban legend?
you.
No? Okay.
See, actually, you are correct.
See? I told you.
Okay. See,
Was it the Russians?
I thought Jason was just trying to throw out some rare trivia here, and then I'm going to send it out to the news agencies tomorrow, and they'll say, as heard on EVH Gear TV, Jason had to watch Rocky.
Yeah, that's the one with James Brown. So, I mean, dude, come on. That's not the best story in the world. I mean, Rocky. Come on, man.
That's pretty awesome. And I mean, the fact that those are great movies too, and sitting there getting into David Lee Roth is giving you instructions. You need to watch this movie, and it needs some kind of a charge like this movie. That's awesome.
I feel like we have to get some rest.
If you guys had some more, you had some more audio you wanted to play as well too. And before you do that, is it okay if I jump back over to the chat for a quick second? We'll get the next audio queued up.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'll just jump over to the chat real quick, and we'll wait for the video to buffer a little bit here as well too. So Randy Vertree says, sorry, I'm late watching from the hospital. More tests. Thanks for the show. Jason is a hero of mine. Randy is dealing with major muscle seizure disorder. His story and endurance helps me so much, and it's inspiring to him. So thank you, Jason, for your fan, Randy. Wicker Kane is saying, yes, a lot of people are giving like the thumbs up and all the kinds of praise for when that rock and track was on there. And Frank McNeil says, God, do I love this. I can't believe we were talking with one of the greatest guitar legends of our time. Eric is doing such a phenomenal job tonight, so prepared, and his delivery demeanor is spot on. Thank you, Frank. Your check is in the mail. So everyone's getting paid tonight for all the compliments. Robert.
Is Johnny Bean on the chat at all?
Say that?
Do you see Johnny Bean? Is Johnny Bean in the chat at all?
I don't see him. No, I don't see him yet. He could be. Carlo Santin says, wow, that's different. I like it. Pingu says, I'm so hyped for this album. You're selling the album easily tonight for sure. Not that it needed any sales pitches. Let me see here. Full shred ahead. What are the artists asked to just play the notes in their own style? Or were the artists asked to play the notes in their own style, or with the thought of playing in the style of Jason? Can you comment on that, Jason?
Good question. I have N A S A N E 1 T 2 play in my style. Just U L Uli A N and M A Marty P L play T H the M E the melody I W R wrote B U but I W A N what is I it I N T H E their style I E V E R everyone E L D I J W H A, what they felt. Everyone else did what they felt.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's nice to know.
With the guitars, all the guitars. Valley of Fire.
H I T H D A Dan will kill me. H you hurt me. I if we play that.
No, just talk about. What if we just talked about it? Just tell you what it is.
Oh.
Or maybe not. No, we don't. We're scared of Dan.
Okay.
We want to talk about some stuff, but we can't because Dan will show.
I'm afraid. It's spaghetti western.
Okay. Oh, I want to get choked with Dan. Yes, brutal, man. Okay, so there's. All right, Dan, sorry. 12 guitars are on this track. Valley of Fire, all right? And it's a spaghetti western. Serrano said that. I mean, and it's got. Do you want to name the guitar player? Yes. It's got guys doing. It's like a gunslinger song. So imagine, you know, it's like the old westerns, man, and you got real old guitar gunslingers, and it's
The Magnificent Dozen.
Magnificent Dozen. Yeah, it's. You know, that's why I told you earlier. I said the Shredders are going to be very happy. You know, and it's just crazy. Okay, so here we go. Pat, bring this. Jeff Lewis is okay. Who else, Pat? Gus G. My homie Gus. Neil Sean. Joe Satriani.
Wow.
Then Will.
No, Joe Satriani.
H-E-T is on our river line.
Is Marty up it? Marty.
T-H-E, they, K, N, no, T-H-E, the L, the lineup. I already know the lineup.
Richie Cotton. Greg Howe.
And Trevor Ravens on River Line.
No, he's not on the 12. He's on River Line. I love Trevor Ravens. I have no idea how much I love that guy. God.
N, E, me too. A, B, I, big, M, U, S, I, C, A, musical, H, E, R, O, hero, O, of, mine, I, is, T, Trevor, Reagan, H, E, is, S, U, such, N, I, nice guy, you're such a nice guy.
I like the fact that you've had.
We need anybody out? Hey, yeah. We need anybody out? No? Okay.
Yeah.
We left anybody out. So
We're sorry.
We did.
We don't want to give the whole thing lineup yet, you know, because then.
A, B, O, S, A, N, Bostova?
No.
What?
So you should have Bob Moss do it.
S-A-T-H that A-N-N-T-H-A that is H-I his and name S-R-O from now on. I think we should change his name.
So, you know, I went to see Joe Bonamassa a couple months ago, Bossa Nova.
I think we lost video again.
So, yeah, it's killer. So, big fan of that dude.
No, we lost you. We lost you there for a second. Was that Joe you were talking about?
Joe Bonamassa.
Yes. Yeah, we lost you just for a second. The fact that all these guitar players, it's nice for Jason obviously to have them on the record, but every time he listens back to this now, he'll and the whole family will just relive the moments of recording that, and plus a lot of them being his heroes growing up as well too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
Fantastic. Before we go into the next piece, did you have any more? Was there any other audio that you did want to play? Is there more?
Play some more. I want to hear some more jams.
One more?
I think there's a version of Showtime, an alternate take of Showtime.
Okay.
And the guitars are loud. We were listening to the other day, and I'm like, those mixes that he has, his guitars are loud, man, and it's cool. It's really cool. Do you want to play that one? Did we know the other one?
Well, I, G, U, yes, W, we, C, O, could be, but T, H, I, this is, M, my, F, I, first, T, A, take, O, of, S, of Showtime.
First
A,
take.
That's okay.
And T, H, E, the, F, O, L, L, O, W, following, D, A, day, D, A, Dave, S, A, said, I, T, it, D, O, doesn't, S, W, doesn't swing, E, enough, S, so, I, R, E, D, redid it.
That's the one on record.
Yeah.
Did you do one take on that too? That second day?
No.
Okay. That's such a clean song. Do you guys want to listen to that?
Let's hear it.
I am I P U N C punched E every S I N G every single note.
You shouldn't say that. No.
Gotta keep it a mystery.
Man,
Dude, you're supposed to be like his legend.
now I got nothing.
No, they're like, please, dude.
I B L E blew it. You blew it.
So should I play?
Let's hear.
Let's hear it.
This is my favorite song on the record, personally.
What? That's crazy.
This little rakes and stuff in there. Like,
Oh, I know.
Like,
Beautiful. Now that's the one. That's the take that Dave said didn't have enough swing to it, or
Right.
wow. I heard a little bit of Van Halen, "I'm the One" kind of feel in there. You know, some real shuffle. Yay?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
R-I, right? T-O, totally. A-N, and D-A, Dave, J, K-N-O, nose, H-I, his, S-W-I, swing, F-R-O, from P-L-A-Y, playing, W-I, with T-H-E, the G-R-E-A, greatest, F, the greatest, great, oh, E, Eddie. Dave knows his swing from playing with the great Eddie.
For sure. And Jason, tell me if you agree with this. And I'm really glad you said that, because on the show I always talk about how Van Halen has the swing sound from three people. And there's probably more as well too, but I credit three people for the swing of Van Halen. Number one, their father, with the big band influence he had, and the musical genius and the chops that he had. So big band influence. Number two, Eddie and Alex playing together 24/7 as kids, teens, whatever, no bass player in a lot of cases, so they're filling in that hole for no bass player. And number three, David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth coming to the band with, R&B, all that kind of Motown music. And you take all three of those ingredients, and I think that has a huge factor in the swing. Do you agree with that statement?
T-O, totally.
Fantastic. I figured you probably would, and I mean the fact that he's one of the king of swings, king of swing I should say, not pluralized, but amazing. And you totally exemplified that in that track. It was absolutely killer.
D-H, thank you.
Very
Man.
very welcome.
I, T, it, T-O, N, T-O, took, S-O, some, N-I, nice, C-O-A, C-H, coaching, F, from, D, from Dave.
Nice. I'm going to read a couple comments over in the chat, and I want to come back and ask you guys a couple things about the record. We'll be wrapping up here probably in about 15 minutes, but a couple things, you'll just keep this in your mind as well, too. I believe the crowdfunding is still available for the record, even though the goal's been reached. We'll talk about the crowdfunding, talk about maybe any advice or kind words, anything that even just, friendship thoughts that Eddie Van Halen has passed on to you. I know he's met with you several times. You can talk about that as well, too. But let's just go quickly over to the chat and continue on. A lot of people still praising the music.
A-I, wait, W-H-A, what, T, what? You're asking what he said? Can you repeat what you just said?
Sure. Okay, the one question was about the crowdfunding. Is that still available for the record? People can still fund and help with the production of the record?
Yes.
I thought so. And that's good, because I do have the link in the description down below. So people that are watching, it's a link directly to the crowdfunding page. And I noticed that there are still perks available and things like that, so people can support and really take part of this record. So that's good to know as well too. Thomas Santiago is saying awesome. Joshua Kraft is saying love it. I'm crying from that song. Darren Moore Rock and Roll says love it. Frank Vela says sounds of heaven. Let me see. Wicker Kane says sounded like Jason was playing. Great job. Now keep in mind these comments are older, so on the older tracks before, the ones we were listening to. Randy says drifting into a blissfully thought. Listening to this is awesome. Great, Jason, you rock, from Les Bellin. Randy Virtus already teared up in the hospital. Sounded beautiful from Zach. Mark Rodriguez says hello, Jason, Eric. Will there be any more Not Dead Yet benefit concerts in the future? I've attended them all. They are amazing shows. Is there an answer to that question?
The question about the Not Dead Yet concert?
Yeah.
Well, so I helped with that along with my very good friend Gary Avila, and our super brother Matt Blackett. He used to helped us do all this, and so many other guys. And we are hoping to do, once the record's done, man, to really like do like a Not Dead Yet / CD release party or record release, man.
Nice.
And you know what I mean? Do something nice, man, and have all these cats come out and play, and hopefully do, my favorite song. Have my buddy Kodani and see how, maybe, you never know, because that's the thing about these Not Dead Yet shows is that my goal when we do this, or our goal, is to make a show for Jason that he's gonna enjoy watching. You know what I mean? And so I think he's gonna enjoy watching See Holiday kill your song. That would be what I'd want to do. But we've talked about it, and I don't want to put pressure because right now he's working on the record, man. I don't want to, here, let's go work on this. He's got to finish the record. Once it's done, we'll do an amazing. I promise you, I'm gonna put a lot of my energy to make it. Craig too. Craig's gonna help too. He's gonna, fly in with his Ferrari and stuff, and we're gonna go and
I'll be happy to help any way you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have a lot of new friends now, and we'll do something beautiful and amazing, and it just keeps getting better with those shows, So yeah.
Good.
Shout out to Gary, Matt, Tim McKee, all those cats, Dunlop, a lot of guys, So it's gonna be cool. I can't wait to do that. So hurry up, man.
Get that record done. The fact to see all these improv jams too, because it's one thing having these on the record, but having all these guys, I know they're not all going to be like every single show, but having some improv jams on some of these tracks is going to be mind blowing.
You definitely might be worth it for you to come out, man, because it's an amazing experience. It's so much love. Like Richie Kotzen, that dude is such a great. Like these cats love Jason so much, and you can feel the energy. Steve Lukather, Marty, all these cats, man. It's such a beautiful show. It's some of the best things I've ever done to be able to help do this beautiful show. And I think with this record, I want it to be special, man. I want to make sure that we go out there and we have the fans come out and see Jason and hear this new music. Have maybe play the music while people are setting up. I don't know yet, but I have a lot of ideas, and it's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be super killer. Maybe get EVH to help as well. Shout out to Mike Tempesta, my buddy Mike.
Love Mike. Love him.
Can I say one little story? So
please do.
Flip side, when we were kind of cool, I was working with Yamaha guitars, and my rep was Mike Tempesta, and he was such a sweetheart, such a great guy. And 2 years ago when I met Craig, I hit him up. I go, hey, it's Jason's birthday, and all of us want to put some money together and buy him this guitar, this Van Halen guitar. And he's like, yeah, what's his address? Well, yeah, okay, cool. It's on its way. Like he sent us this guitar. Let me show you the guitar.
Sure.
Since I'm here, and I wanted to make sure that. So we have much love to EVH. He sent us this guitar, man. Mike Tempesta is the, which one is this one? This is
That's the star guitar.
Yeah. So we love EVH, man. We love Mike. We love, so I just wanted to show you that how cool that guy is and how cool EVH is. And so much props and love to
Mike is a class act. He is. He's my guy right now as well too. Gentlemen, everything you see behind me is Mike, and when Chris was with the company as well too. So a great act, great guy.
Super sweet. Yeah,
I love that. And you do have a nice collection of VH guitars there as well. And when you start getting this going with the promotion, I know we're not going to try to put the cart before the horse with the concerts before the record's done. But even though this is just a tiny little show I have here, I'd be more than happy to contribute any way I can with promotions and sharing and contests and things like that. Maybe we can give away some tickets or something. I'd be more than happy to consult with you and help you totally free, just to do anything I can. Just little bits, but I'm sure every little bit helps.
It does.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to hit you up about it because, we want to make this special. This is a big deal, man. Not dead yet and kicking ass with a new record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be fun. And it's going to be everything that you think it's going to be,
Oh, and more. And
we
more.
love all kinds of love. So,
yeah. It's really funny. I go ahead, please.
L W E well I J just G O got T O 2 G I give SESHOU. Shout out to M.I. Mike B. Beamersturfer and Gary Rosenberg for G.E. Getting D.A. Dan A.N.I.M.O. Moving F.A. Faster.
Yes.
Mike Beamersturfer and Gary Rosenberg, they're helping to bring the whole thing together and all it takes to get it done and out there.
Nice.
Yay,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Gary.
Thank you.
Also, a shout out to Kiesel and Carving Guitars. I don't want to dog, say, those guitars are amazing as well. And do you have a new guitar coming this year, right?
Yes. Yes. C-O-P, copy of T-H-E, the G-U, guitar. I used T2, R-E, record, P-E, perpetual burn.
Crazy, right?
Exactly.
So the white Hurricane guitar that he played on the picture on Speed Metal Symphony,
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys talked about this before, is the guitar that he played on Perpetual Burn. Okay, so it's a funny story because he had the neck, he lost the neck, right? And then it was sitting there, and it's the most iconic guitar, right? I don't know if he's got a lot of guitars, but this guitar is the one he played on the record, man, right? And everybody assumes it's the blue guitar that it's on the album, but it's not. It's
right.
The white, right? And so I actually, I went through trying to find, I spent a day with some friends trying to look for this neck. And we spent hours and we did all this stuff and we couldn't find it. And the story turns out the neck was, Gary, you had the neck in your art studio and you thought he threw it away, right? Like, yeah, it's just a neck, no big deal, just sitting there, right? And Gary comes up and he's all, is this what you're looking for?
Oh my
yes!
God.
That's the one. And like Craig, he wanted to come help. We're all searching for this neck.
And Gary had it.
Right? Because it's the body just sitting in the corner. It's like the most, iconic guitar. So it's just so funny. And he had it in his art studio and sitting there all beautiful and, and he found it. And now Kiesel has the guitar, correct? And they're
Yep.
making the guitar. So that's crazy, man. They do such a good job to be able to grab that guitar and do what they do and make that magic happen. I can't wait. I want one of those. So let me show you the original. This is the one everybody assumes that he played on Perpetual Burn. It's the picture,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the guitar he played. It's the white. So,
Right.
I wanted to show off a little bit. How cool am I that I'm touching this badass guitar? But you never really liked this guitar, huh?
N-E-C, neck, I-S-T-O-2, F-A, neck is too fat.
Neck is too fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right? So most people assume that this is the one, but the actual guitar is the white one. So I can't wait. And this is the year for the Perpetual Burn. Is it 30 years?
30 years.
30 years anniversary.
Yes.
So there's a lot of cool stuff happening with that. They're gonna re-release the record with extra tracks, and it's gonna be a cool thing for all you collectors and all you fans. That that record is such a groundbreaking record. So it's gonna be a good year.
It certainly is.
He's like, yeah, 30 years ago. He's all about the now, and but for us fanboys, we're very excited about that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And you know what you have to do? And I know you're going to laugh at my Canadian accent when I say about, and I kind of embellish that one a little bit. But you got to, when you're talking to Jeff with the guitars, get him to send one more neck back for Gary so Gary can have one back in the art studio and it'll be a little conversation piece.
That's right.
There you go.
You got to replace that neck.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
And you know what? I know Gary's off camera right now too, but I want to say this as well too. An extended belated happy birthday. Gary and I share the same birthday. I was going to try to get you guys on my birthday for the birthday show, but obviously you were celebrating. So happy birthday, Gary.
Happy Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm a huge fan of your art, and just there's so much art in that family. It's just beautiful, whether it's music or paintings. So kudos to you for your everything you do in that family.
Well, thank you.
By the way, Pat is talking right now, helping Jason. So just in case you the difference voice.
Yep.
Pat, Gary's Jason's mom is here as well. So.
SHO, show, Y, your, SE, self. Show yourself. Hi.
Do you see her? Do you see her?
Do that one more time. There she is. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Nice to have you on camera.
Yeah,
Very.
So the whole family's here.
Yes.
we're all here.
All the movie stars are here right now.
That's right. And you know what? You're with family tonight as well too.
There's
Gary, there he is. Let's go to full camera. Good, there you go. One very, very proud family. That's going to be a nice thumbnail to make right there. You guys are the best. You guys are truly the best. We all love you here, and I think we all learn from you as a family. Family in my home as well is very, very important. Family and everyone that's watching the show right now is very important. So we are blessed just to reflect and have some of this positive energy that comes from your family, all of you. I mean, I can't think we couldn't wrap up on a better note than how important family is, and enjoy life every single day and give it your best. Work every day at your job like you're applying for the job. If you're in the band, maybe you got the gig, work every day like you're auditioning for that band. Never, never stop busting your hump and just work. I love it. And our good friend Craig, and your good friend, is going to be coming up on the show very, very soon as well too. I think I've got him the Friday after NAMM, so I'm really looking forward to that. And Craig, thank you tonight as well too for assisting with some of the technical issues. And like I said, if anything goes wrong,
I'll show my face
there
too.
he is. And like we said, if anything went wrong tonight, it was going to be all Dave's fault. So Dave gets all the blame.
And
Of course.
I just want to say one thing. The album's going to be called Triumphant Hearts, and I kind of see it as all of Jason's fans who have given him so much love and support as being part of the Triumphant Hearts as well as his. So thank you all for that.
That's for you fans. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Jason giving back to the people who have supported him and loved him all these years and continue to do so. So this going to be a real nice piece to have. Is this? I'm just thinking art and physical, tangible materials. Is there going to be vinyl for this record as well too?
Probably. We think I bet S-O. I bet so. B-E because I-G-O got L a label N-O now. M-A mascot R-E-A-C records.
Mascot. You know Mascot Records?
I've heard the name. Yes.
Steve Vai is on Mascot.
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
That helps a lot then.
So shout out to Mascot.
Yeah, having support of the label will help get out like some of the vinyl and things like that as well too. So that's fantastic.
Will there be a vinyl for Perpetual Burn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Now
Nice.
extra tracks too?
W-E-L-C-O-U couple.
Ooh!
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Extra L-I-G extra L-I-C. A couple extra licks.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's taken people 30 years to learn the album that you did.
As it is.
Now you're going to give them another 30 years worth of stuff to learn.
Throw a wrench in there.
That's right. Keep them guessing.
Okay. Another exclusive. Is it okay to show this?
All right, let's have a look.
All right. So this is Gary.
This is the album cover.
Can you lift it just a little bit higher there?
Closer.
Now, to Gary, did you do this?
Yes, I painted that. Jason gave me his instructions, what he wanted for his album. So
Triumphant Hearts.
Can you see it okay?
I can see it very good. Gary, tell us a little bit of the story. Now, I know it comes from Jason, but now Jason gave you some instruction, and then you went with it with your talents. Tell us how it came together.
yeah, well, he wanted, usually, this is a little bit out of my style. I like to be able to see the paintbrush strokes and stuff and the energy behind the process. But what he wanted is he wanted the heart to be a planet, to be the whole world, to be in space. So I had to paint it very smooth with thin, glossy layers of paint rather than splatting it on there so that the ocean would be deep. And so you can see this is planet Earth on there in space, and whatever Jason wants to do with that space, it's his. But, there's the heart. That's the whole world, the heart. And, well, that's really what we need, and that's what Jason's doing his share for the heart, and we all need that.
Beautiful.
In this world.
Now, that'll be digitally scanned now, then turned into like a digital copy, and then from there, the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Isn't that beautiful?
It
certainly
looks
is.
even better in real, I'm sure. It's just got so much depth to it. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, that's the way it is with art, with any kind of painting. You can see it in books and stuff. Wow, that's beautiful. And then you see the real thing, and whoa, it's really something
Almost
else.
three-dimensional, looking from different angles and things like that, too, will bring a different perspective, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful work, Gary.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us your story on that as well, too. And Jason, that's fantastic. I mean, you've got one of the best artists in the world right in the family there, so.
For real.
Yep.
We need
Thank you.
we need to put a bit of a throttle or a talent level, kind of a, you know how they put like a governor on trucks so they can only go so fast? We need to put a level in the talent from this family. You need to share some of the talent with some of the other families out there in the world.
Aw. Thanks.
No
That's
problem.
sweet. That's
Yeah.
nice.
No
Thank you.
problem.
Yeah, man. What's up with me?
Yeah,
Let it travel out to some of
I need
us.
some talent too, man.
give Dave some. Throw a couple bones over Dave's way.
Yeah.
Please.
Yep,
Aw.
I want to shred, man.
that's right.
Hey, I want to be able to
I
shred
want
that
to
too.
paint. I want to do stuff.
Hey, S, U, P, sub, W, with, F, U, F, L, I. Flip side.
Yeah.
Tell us.
So, we got, just playing music. We're still playing music. We got a record coming out this year. We're slowly putting it all together, man. And yeah. It's hard to talk about me because you're hanging out with, man, the myth. But yeah, we got some new music. And a shout out to George Pajon, by the way.
Yeah.
My brother George Pajon. We toured a lot with the Black Eyed Peas, and I love that guy. He's like my brother, man. I spent a lot of time, and I'm a big fan of that dude, and he's just good people. So if he's watching, I love you, George. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. And I'd love to have you at the Not Dead Yet show. Cairo Knife Fight would be cool to have you guys out.
Aren't they amazing?
They're amazing. He's
Two
just
guys.
dude. It's whatever he does is good, man. That guy's he's so fresh, man. I love that guy. So much love to George.
He's a great guy as well, too. And I'm really glad you told us a little bit about the band because that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you about because, Jason admires your work a lot, too, and it's very cool that he asked you about it. And I'm happy to follow what you're doing as well, too. Please let me know as you're getting a new record ready to drop. Be more than happy to share that as well, too, man. You're family now, so.
Thank you. Likewise.
One more really cool thing about Dave. The greatest poet in the universe, I'm a poet myself, is Pablo Neruda. He's from Chile. That's Dave's country, too. So that explains the poetry in Dave's soul.
Nice.
The funny story is growing up with my dad, Chilean guy, where everyone's really into poetry. And when your dad shows you something, you're like, this sucks. You're like, I'm not into this. Right. And then when I met Jason, I was such a fanboy. And Gary's like, you're from Chile, Neruda. And he's like, Neruda, I'm on Neruda. You like that old guy? I had no idea about my culture. I didn't know about how cool Neruda and poetry and all this music, all this stuff. And then I realized, man, that's the Beckers taught me to be myself, accepted me and embrace who I am. And Neruda and Víctor Jara, all this music, I really embraced that is part of me. So, I thank you, Gary, for making me, more Chilean. So,
You are welcome.
My former bass player was from Chile. His family was from Chile as well, too. His last name was Melo, M-E-L-O. So from Chile as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. We're cool, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you've proven it to me. You've proven it to all the fans here for sure. So, and you've proven it to Jason. So he's not going to have you sitting that close to him for 90 minutes if you're not cool.
We get closer, but not going into that.
Yeah, well, that'll be a different show. That'll be a different show.
Because you want to get his energy, man. You got to get that energy.
Oh, I know. I'd be trying to consume as much as possible as well, too, like a sponge as well. Yeah, just being in that room. Actually, just all of us here through the internet are getting that energy tonight from the family, not just from Jason, but from all of you as well too. So we're all blessed. I mean, you know, I could have you just come on here and not even talk about music, just, you know, have a reality show of your family. And I think we're blessed with positive energy and vibes. And that's all I try to do with the show is have positive.
Be sorry.
Jason's mom is the crazy one.
You guys are funny. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. And you know what? If there's some shows out there, networks like your A&Es or whoever, it was my idea first. I want to see a reality show with you guys. I think it would be great.
That'd be a good show.
It would. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Listen, before I let you guys go, I just to be out of fairness for everybody in chat, I'm going to breeze through real quick and just make sure I say goodbye to everybody there. And if they have any particular questions, I want to thank you all so very much tonight for tuning in. So Jamie the Law says, "What's up, guys? Checking in from practice in the D in Detroit." Frank McNeil is talking about the Charvel Artist Series on the wall. Full Shred Ahead says, "Totally David Lee Roth style, nailed it." Let me see here. Burloff says, "Awesome. Frank McNeil, just beautiful. Jason, bless you, brother. Can't wait to pick up a copy once it's released." Darren Morris says, "My favorite Jason's work on David Lee Roth. Little ain't enough. I'm freaking out right now." He's a huge David Lee Roth fan, so that means a lot. Don Shepard says, "You rock, Eric. Thanks, Jason and crew." Lauren Lance says, "Beautiful. Really enjoying this." Guitar Battles Live says, "This is so awesome. Be sure to thank Jason for this." And for sure, we're thanking him immensely for this. Wicker Kane says, "Full shred, yes." I keep waiting to hear Dave say, "Well, all right." Carlo Santin, "That should have been on the album. So good." Burloff says, "How did this not make the album?" Lauren says, "Thank you, Jason. This is great to hear." Thomas Santiago says, "Wow, sounds great." Let me see here. Frank McNeil, "EVH Gear TV. This is nuts. I can tell. I can't tell if I want to smile or cry. Listen to this stuff. Genius." Very well said. Full Shred Ahead says, "Wicker. That's a David Lee Roth song. It didn't make it on the record." Okay, here's Victor Ortega, Jason Becker. My Spanish is very poor. Let me see. El mejor saludos de Mexico. Sorry, that's very...
Saludos.
Okay, what does that mean? Hello from? Greetings from?
It's like greetings.
Yeah.
Like hello.
Okay,
Saludos.
good. So I wasn't too bad.
Make sure they don't say pendejo. You'll be fine.
Okay, yes, I do know what that means. I do know what that means. Anytime I'm in doubt, I'll watch George Lopez's Instagram feed and I'll pick up a few words. It's some slang. Guitar Battles Live says, "Frank McNeil, me too, man." Chris Jones, "Tasty Licks." Let me see if anything else here I might have missed. Frank Vela, "What guitar was Jason using here?" On the David Lee Roth, which one was that one?
SOR, sorry, IMDEA G. Def. What guitar were you playing on the David Lee Roth thing? H. IMTH, thinking. BL, blue. CA, blue carbon.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for sharing that as well and clarifying that. Full Shred says, "David Lee Roth just sat back. It had no lyrics. It blew his mind." Warren Hughes says, "Wow, awesome." And Craig knows Warren. He's a great guitar player. Randy Vertrees, has you, Jason, and let me see if I can read this correctly, a bit of EVH and Vi, watch all rolled up in a love bundle of fretboard master goodness. Yeah, so there's taking a whole bunch of the greats for sure. Bobby Clipper says, "Wow, super work, Jason." Wicker Kane, "This was awesome." Just to see if I missed anybody else here. Nice stories about David Lee Roth. A lot of people are hearing that as well too. And I think that's basically it. Jason Wilhite saying, "Awesome show tonight, guys. A complete honor to watch a live broadcast with Jason Becker. Thank you." And Mike Francis says, "Great show. Keep rocking. Inspirational." Jason, you actually influenced a lot of lives in a positive way. A perfect way to end the evening. I think that is 100% true. The influence and the positive energy that you give to all of us. You're the man's man, Jason, for sure. I mean, I've learned so much from you in a short time that I feel like I can conquer the world just from the inspiration you give. So and that comes from your parents as well too. Some of that credit has to be given to them for raising the man that they have. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm going to let you guys go and have a wonderful evening. It's still early your way. It's 10:42 Eastern Standard Time. It's still nice and early for you. You guys can socialize and have some fun. And thank you so very, very much. Please keep me in the loop as the record gets closer. I'll do anything I can to promote on my small little thing here. but my pleasure to do that. And I'm going to turn it over to the end credits here, and I'll say goodbye to you folks off the air. But thank you, everyone over in the chat, for watching the show tonight. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And as I was joking with Dave off the air the other day, I was saying all my intention is with this show every weekend is just to be your warm-up band for the weekend, for you to go out and have a great weekend, have some fun with your families, or do whatever it is that you do, and just have a good time. As long as we were able to pump you up and send you off on your way, then the job is well done. Tune in next week. I've got Sean Clark coming on the show talking about great conventions and his musical background as well too. And it's going to be a great 2018. It could not have kicked it off better than with Jason Becker, Dave Lopez, Craig Rendels, and the Becker family. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, well, take care.
Bye, Chops. Love you. I'm saying shout out to Chops. My buddy Chops.
All right, Chops. All right. And guys, I'll say goodbye to you out there. Here we go. We're going to turn it over to the little man. He's going to tell us what he's playing, what his name is, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.